Welcome back, everyone. This is GTA Failer. In our last video, we tackled the mission Wrong Side of the Tracks. This video is the final one with Big Smoke as the boss. It's called Just Business. Passing this mission awards respect.
Park your butt on the high.
It also unlocks the sawn-off shotgun for purchase and ammunition, but only if Doberman has been completed first, which it hasn't for us yet. This mission is one of 6 that are required to unlock the mission called Reuniting the Families. We're finally through with all those ridiculous Skittle-colored haircuts. We're moving on to the Eris t-shirt number 2 and the beige pants. Actually, I think CJ is looking the best he has in a bunch of episodes. As I mentioned, this mission is called Just Business, and it's the last one given to us by Big Smoke, but certainly it's not going to be the last time we see Big Smoke in this game. Let's check out the cutscene.
Hey, CJ! Baby, what's up, man?
What's happening, Smoke?
Chillin'? Wanna go for a ride?
Yeah.
You drive.
All right.
We going downtown.
Now Smoke will tell us that we're after a Russian gang here. Notice how CJ thinks that the last mission was a cop errand.
This better not be another cop errand, man.
Nah, man, this is strictly for the homies. I gotta be honest with you, CJ. We could be getting into some heavy shit, baby.
What you into, Smoke?
Lot of shit about to go down, Carl. Families coming back, ballers pushing base, Russian cats with nothing to lose about to bust some ass.
Russians?
Now, all my life, I've been told to fear the Russians. But I ain't never even met one. Then the wall comes down and we all supposed to be friends. 5 minutes later, my cousin gets laid out by some Rusky fresh off the boat.
For real?
For real.
Smoke just mentioned that he was trained to fear the Russians his whole life, but then the wall comes down and they're supposed to be friends. It's time for a history lesson, boys and girls.
Look, Cole, before I walk in there, I just need to know you down with this shit, man.
Look, Smoke, we go way back. We grows, man.
That's what I'm talking about. That's my dog. Hey, look, if you hear shit start to pop off, come in there blasting, all right?
I'm down, dog. Hey, baby, want company?
Motherfuckers!
As we check out CJ getting off the screen comically fast, I'll read from Wikipedia. The Cold War was a period of global geopolitical rivalry between the United States and the Soviet Union, also known as the USSR, and their respective allies. It lasted from 1947 until the dissolution of the Soviet Union in 1991. The Iron Curtain was the political and physical boundary dividing Europe into 2 separate areas from the end of World War II in 1945 until the end of the Cold War in 1991. So this thick curvy line, that's the Iron Curtain. Everything east of the Iron Curtain, which is kind of pinkish orange here, are allied with the USSR. Everything west of the Iron Curtain, all this dark blue stuff here, are allied with the United States. So this huge area way up here, all of this is the USSR. That's Poland, Czechoslovakia, Hungary, Romania, and which one's this? Bulgaria. And then Albania, I think, is allied with the USSR, but they're kind of on the wrong side. I don't know what this stuff means. Anyway, this map comes from Wikipedia. You can check out their entry. And then in dark blue, we have the members of NATO. That's the North Atlantic Treaty Organization. In alphabetical order, we've got Belgium, Canada, not pictured, Denmark up here, France is this guy, Iceland way up there, Italy down here, Luxembourg is kind of hard to see, but anyways, this tiny little thing right there. Netherlands, that must be this guy, Norway, Portugal, UK, US. Norway, Portugal, United Kingdom up here, and then the US not pictured. And then before the fall of the Soviet Union, there were some other members who were added. So we've got Turkey down here, Spain over here, and Greece down here. So I didn't name maybe one of the most important countries here, at least in terms of our story in San Andreas, and that's Germany. So Germany is, watch the outline very carefully, it's this country here. It follows up this way, this way, this way, this way, cuts off to the north. There's Denmark. And then we come over here, and now we're going to change color, but this is still what we call present-day Germany here. It's this outline, and then it comes down here, and then that's back to the beginning. So over here is West Germany, and over here is East Germany. And between them isn't just this kind of like political division, like an imaginary line separating the Iron Curtain, but actually it's a wall. It's the Berlin Wall. Something like 60 miles are concrete, about 12 feet high concrete wall, and maybe another 40 miles is like meshed fence. So about 100 miles of Berlin Wall separating not just the capital, Berlin, but East Germany from West Germany. Coming back to Wikipedia, the fall of the Berlin Wall on November 9th, 1989 marked the beginning of the destruction of the Berlin Wall and the figurative Iron Curtain.
Stick with me, CJ. We out of here, baby. Stick real close, Carl. Keep your head down the ass. Stick a shit in here.
Both you and your friend are dead men.
Motherfuckers, back me up. That's my homie, CJ. Homie, you ice cold, baby.
To be clear, the entire wall didn't come down on a single day. It took like half a year for it to come down. But November 9th is the day when the wall was first breached in Berlin.
Time to return the favor, baby. Get on.
This was one of a series of events that started the fall of communism in Central and Eastern Europe. The fall of the inner German border took place shortly afterward. An end to the Cold War was declared at the Malta summit in early December, and German reunification took place in October the following year. So bringing this all back to San Andreas, Big Smoke said that he was taught to fear the Russians his whole life. That was the Cold War, where the folks on the NATO side of that Iron Curtain were taught to fear the folks on the eastern side of the Iron Curtain, including the USSR, the Russians. Then Smoke said, a wall comes down and now we're all supposed to be friends all of a sudden. Smoke here is talking about the fall of the Berlin Wall, which led very quickly to the fall of the Iron Curtain, the dissolution of the USSR into Russia, Estonia, Lithuania, Latvia, Georgia, Armenia, Azerbaijan, Mongolia, Kazakhstan, Kyrgyzstan, Uzbekistan, lots of stands, and the end of the Cold War. I am not a history guy, and so I'm sure I said a lot of things there that were not true, so my history buffs in the audience, feel free to make corrections in the comment section below and also add any context that you feel is appropriate. There's still quite a bit more of this chase left to go. I'll show you the entire chase later on in this video, and I'll also play all of the dialogue that I was talking over there. First, we're going to take a brief walking tour of this area, the atrium that was featured in this mission, because it's accessible before and after the mission. Alright, so we got these 4 statues going around the outside. All of them have their eyes covered, as if in shame. Why do they have to cover their eyes, you might ask? Well, because what this guy here in the middle is doing. Come on, Rockstar. Seriously? Alright, so you can go up not just 1 flight of stairs, but 2 flights of stairs. You'll see the second flight off in the distance there, and then you can just kind of walk around both of these upper floors, but there's nothing else to do, so we won't do it there. There's some armor back here, which might prove useful during that shootout. Oh, the TLDR version of all that history with the Iron Curtain and the Cold War is that Smoke wants us to shoot the fuck out of a bunch of Russians. Notice the misspelling of atrium there in the bottom right. It's spelled with 2 T's, but when we came into this building initially, it was spelled correctly with 1 T. To the right of us is the very, very tall building that they show right before the motorcycle cutscene. And you could walk down the stairs here, but instead, after we cap all those Russian fools, CJ and Smoke hop on a motorcycle and then go down this ramp right over here. One final thing we can do inside the atrium is shoot these artifacts. They may be precious and historical, but we can blast the hell out of them, except for these 2 parts of the legs. They always end up standing. 1 blast from the rocket launcher gets rid of everything, except for those 2 parts of the legs. Sadly, we cannot destroy this guy in the middle. Rockstar wants you looking at this guy and his chosen activity for the rest of the game. Now we move on to fail states, and the first one is Smoke dying. I'll let the dialogue play out here. Notice how encouraging Smoke is, even though we aren't firing a single bullet.
CJ, get in here. Oh, there you go. The cover, they blast like fools in the motherfucker. Ice those fools, CJ. Big Smoke, you don't make big mistakes. Watch yourself, CJ. I think they bad. CJ, take the right and cover my ass. Keep it up, baby. That's my dog, making y'all pay.
So if Smoke dies, you fail. In this next clip, I didn't bother shooting at all to defend the bike, and so the bike's health is basically done, and when it blows up, you fail, and you also die. I don't think you can get off the bike. And then I'm going to type in the cheat code he so yam, which is supposed to repair the vehicle that you're in or on, but in this case, it blows the vehicle up. I don't know why it was programmed this way, but Rockstar really didn't want you using that repair bike cheat code. From the wiki for this mission, the woman CJ flirts with when he arrives at the atrium bears a strong resemblance to Catherine Trammell from the movie Basic Instinct, so she was the main character played by Sharon Stone, and yeah, I can see it. And now we move on to my final attempt at this mission, and my challenge was gonna be to try to do the entire mission with 4 stars. But that didn't work out. So I got a 4-star wanted level before starting the mission. Then I started the mission, drove over to the atrium, but as soon as I got to that red marker in front of the atrium, my wanted level disappeared. Then I did the shootout in the atrium and right outside the atrium and got on the bike and then used a cheat code to give myself back the 4-star wanted level. But during the entire chase, no police officers appeared, no police bikes, no police vehicles, no police helicopters, nothing. So I just couldn't do my 4-star challenge. So instead, what I've decided to do is to try to take out all the Russians in the atrium and just outside the atrium using Molotovs. And now you can see the difficulty here is that Smoke is a dumbass and walked right through the fire. So we got to hope that he can survive on, 10% health or whatever he's down to. And there's going to be a lot more fire going on outside. Plus, Smoke is still walking around inside right next to all the flames. Come here, dummy. So I'm going to go pretty far away from him as we get outside and hope that he just stays out of the fire. So we're going way over here and we'll toss stuff very far from Smoke. Smoke, stay back. I got this covered. Leave everybody alone. I got it. All right, so his health has not moved. Is that it? Is that everybody? Come on, cutscene. Smoke, stop walking around. Oh, there's one more guy. And are we done? I think we're done.
Time to return the favor, baby. Get on.
And now I'll let all the dialogue play in this motorcycle chase, which makes me feel like I'm an action movie star. This is awesome.
They after us on the bike, Smoke.
Waste any motherfucker that follows us.
Shit, man, they coming for us in the truck.
Don't tell me about it. Take it off the road. Pop it. Damn, look at all this traffic. Get out of the way. I'm coming through.
We got bikes on our six. Smash it, Smoke.
Hold on tight, baby.
Ah, Smoke, no!
Reading from the wiki, the song at the start of the opening cutscene to this mission is called The Vapors by Bismarcky. This song can also be heard on Playback
They
FM.
hit a bus.
I'll never diss public transportation again. Damn. Roadblock.
Oh, Smoke, these cats is organized. It's something you ain't telling me, man.
Look, Carl. All I know is they real pissed with us right now. Hold on, though. I got an idea.
Smoke, what you thinking? Flood control is a dead end, man.
The hell with that. We had to lose those cars. Don't worry about that. I know a way out. Up past Grove Street.
The old sewer tunnel. Oh, man.
Watch out back.
Smoke, it's more bikes.
Pop they fucking brains out, CJ.
Sound files suggest that CJ was supposed to enter the atrium by player control instead of a cutscene, as the mission's sound script has a few lines for Big Smoke that weren't heard, such as, "CJ, get in here," and "What took you so long?" I've paused it here on this specialized license plate, IMYAK. I'm Yak. All right, so I think that the AK is not Alaska, but the AK-47. And then my AK, like maybe there's supposed to be a heart icon in the middle. I heart my AK. I love my AK. I'm not sure. Let us know if you have any theories about what this represents. And then we get this really cool part in slow motion where the truck falls down from the main road and continues chasing us.
Oh, shit. Now the truck found us again.
Man, stop being so negative. Focus on the good news.
Such as...
We ain't dead, and your trigger finger still works, fool. I think the gearbox is screwed up on this thing. I can't get no speed.
Yeah, who negative now, bitch?
Point taken. I'll keep my mouth shut from now on. Watch out back.
When CJ and Big Smoke get onto the motorcycle, the radio starts playing Radio X.
Oh, shit.
This mission is similar to one called Shifting Weight in The Lost and
Oh,
Damned.
man, the car's found a wrench.
Don't tell me about it. Shoot. Hold on.
Get us up that ramp, Smoke.
I'm on it, baby.
The scene in this mission, featuring a Packer jumping off a surface road in slow motion into a storm-drained channel, is a nod to a similar scene from the film Terminator 2 Judgment Day, where a large tow truck driven by a Terminator executes a similar stunt while in pursuit of John Connor, who is also riding a motorcycle.
We still got bikes on us, man.
Man, quit bitching and shoot as many of them assholes as you can. Boom, total that truck.
Go around him, man.
Screw that. We taking the scenic route.
And now we get to the best explosion in the game so far.
Ride, motherfuckers. That's the old sewer up ahead. Shoot out the gate.
It's fine if you don't happen to shoot out the gate. Smoke scolds you, but then the bike just goes right through the gate.
Nice one,
used to hate this tunnel when we was kids.
Hey, we can reminisce later. We still got company.
Don't these guys ever give up?
We're real close to the end of the chase now, and there are 2 sets of explosive barrels that you can use to take out the remaining motorcycles. And that's going to wrap it up for this mission.
We lost them, Smoke. Man, we better split up.
I'll take it another block and dump it. Man, that was some crazy shit back there.
Yeah, for sure. Listen, we can't hang around here. I'll see you later, homie.
Much love, baby.
Take a look at the top right of the screen, and you'll see I have exactly 80 rounds of micro SMG ammo. That is a consequence of finishing this particular mission. You're always given 80 rounds of micro SMG ammo at the end of this mission. At the start of the mission, I had 775 rounds of micro SMG ammo. Doesn't matter, you just get 80 at the end of this mission. From the wiki, if the player activates a cheat during the bike chase to change the micro SMG into a different weapon in that slot, either the Tech 9 or SMG, not only will they be able to use that different weapon during the chase, but they will also have infinite ammo in that SMG slot for the rest of the game. The wiki says that the stunt jumps executed by Big Smoke in this mission will be included in the player's stats, even though Carl is not driving, but the wiki's wrong here. There aren't any stunt jumps in this mission. This is the first appearance of this Russian gang in the game, but it won't be the last. We'll see them again in the mission Gray Imports. One of them will have a cameo in the mission Key to Her Heart, and they will be featured in the final story mission of the game called End of the Line. That's going to just about do it for this video. If you have any memories about this mission, just business, feel free to share them in the comments. Thank you so much for watching, and do svidaniya.